Happy St. Patrick's Day week. Whole week is full of celebration of getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. Absolutely love the holiday. Anyway, so I want to bring an Irish quote to you this morning. It goes like this: "The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing that you will make one." Some people, a lot of people, many of us are afraid we're going to make mistakes, and that holds us back from trying new things, from having new experiences, whatever it might be, making strides in life, because we're fearful we might make a mistake. Oh no. But I'll tell you what, I've made lots of mistakes in my life. I make them every day. I've made some really big mistakes that have cost me dearly, financially, emotionally, whatever. We make mistakes, we're going to make them. So don't let the fear of making a mistake hold you back from anything you're going to do. So I am on my yoga mat. That is a good sign that we are going to be doing a little bit of yoga this morning. So one of my newest ventures is I am working toward becoming a yoga instructor, and I'm very fearful sometimes about making mistakes in my yoga flows. And I taught my very first yoga class the other night, and I was very nervous, very scared, and I did make some mistakes. I did, it happened, but not the end of the world. I'm still here, and everybody survived just fine. Nobody got hurt that I know of. Anyway, all is good. So this morning I have a good morning flow, an energetic flow to get you going this morning, to get a little heat throughout the body on this cold morning. So I don't know where you are, but here in Georgia, it's pretty chilly this morning. Not really liking this winter weather, but whatever. We've got a good flow. We're going to warm up. So whether you're going to join me right now, you just need a little bit of space. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's fine. You can have an imaginary yoga mat, or maybe you're going to do this later. But a little good morning flow. So we're going to start at the top of the mat and in mountain pose. And typically mountain pose, we're just standing here with our feet in a nice sturdy position, but we're going to do a little swing this morning, energizing the body, warming up the back and the spine, getting things going this morning. I'm a little bit wiggly sometimes during yoga, especially in the morning, because I'm ready to go, ready to get the day started. We're going to move into a chair, and in this chair, come on up to our toes. A little extra balance this morning. And back down and up. Inhale, exhale, back up to your toes. Exhale, back up to the toes. And one more time. There we go. And hold that pose. Just hold it up on the toes. Using that core. Keep the chest up. Feeling it in the legs. And back down. Next, we're going to do a wood chopper. So I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see. On a wood chopper, we're going to bring our arms up as if we were going to chop wood. And now when we bring that imaginary axe down, we're going to take 2 exhales. So we're going to go get all that oxygen out on a 2-part exhale, really warming up the inside. So here we go. Inhale, exhale, and back up. Inhale, exhale. All right, exhale. And a couple more. Inhale through the nose on the way up. Big exhale. And one more. All right. Bring that into a forward fold. So just bring it on over. Start feeling some warmth generating through the body already, through those wood choppers. And from a forward fold, we're going to step back into a lunge. From a lunge up into a warrior one, feeling a good stretch through that hip flexor and that back leg. Sinking down into a runner's lunge, so the back knee is almost to the mat. And back up, warrior one, and runner's lunge. Standing, really generating that warmth throughout the body. Good. And come on up. And back into that chair. This time, hands to heart. We're going to twist. Bringing that opposite elbow to the opposite knee and twist. Sitting back in the chair, feeling a good twist in the spine. And breathe. And now from here, keeping that twist going on, we're going to step back into a lunge. Finding that balance, getting a little more twist. If you'd like, you can open up, reach for the sky, reach for the ground. Still in that lunge. Arms up and hands outside of the foot into a down facing dog. Feel that stretch. Again, it's morning time. I'm a little wiggly in the morning. I like to move. I'm walking the dog, bending one knee and then the other. Taking some time, just breathe. Letting that head hang heavy. We're going to come up for a little flow. Start with the plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. And back into down dog. One more flow, plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and down facing dog. Step that right foot forward, and left foot forward into a fold. Back up into a chair. And as we step back, we are going to bring the right foot back. Might be a little bit opposite because I think the phone makes it opposite. Okay. And sink down into that runner's lunge. Up. And down. Up. We got 5 of these. Warming up that back leg. And one more. You should be feeling that thigh right there. Those muscles warming up. And step up into chair. Bring the hands to heart, center, and we're going to twist opposite direction this time. Warming up that spine. Keeping that twist going, stepping that opposite foot back, still in that twist. Release the hands if you choose. Reaching for the sky, reaching for the ground. Nice big stretch in the spine. It feels so good, at least for me this morning. Hands up, warrior one. Hands down, we're going to repeat that flow. So down facing dog, take some time here if you need to. Push those heels toward the ground, really feeling a stretch throughout the back side of the legs. And go through a flow. And one more. And at this point, if you're ready to take a hop to the top of the mat and come on up into a forward fold. I'm going to step back into a warrior one and right into a warrior two. From here, we're going to continue that flow. Down dog. However, this time, we've got 3 push-ups. Make them strong. 3 push-ups. Up dog. Down dog. And one more time. Plank to 3 push-ups. Up dog. Down dog. I'm going to hop. You may step if you prefer. Up to the top. And come on all the way up. A full breath here. We're going to do it all over on the other side. So step back into warrior one, turn it into warrior two. Hold that pose for just a moment. Straightening out those arms, reaching for the front and the back walls. And bring those hands down Down dog. Again, that same flow with the 3 push-ups. Getting lots of push-ups, generating a lot of heat and energy this morning. To up dog. Feel that stretch in the spine and the low back and the glutes. Down dog. Really push those hips to the sky. And one more set. And up dog. And from here, we're going to take a quick child's pose. So from that down dog, the knees drop. Sit back on your heels or towards your heels. If you're not flexible, kind of like me in this position, your hips go back as far as they can. They may not touch your heels. So extended child's pose, arms out, forehead rests on the ground. Feeling that stretch all along your spine and your shoulders. Full cycle of breath here. An inhale and an exhale. And bring yourself up. And we are going to get back up into down dog. Bring it to the top of your mat. I choose to hop, lots of energy flowing this morning, and come all the way up. Breath here, hands up, back down. Chair. Onto those toes, and back up. Again, chair, onto the toes, and back up. Another, chair, onto those toes, and back up. From here, we're going to go into a tree pose. So a little balancing. Nice wide stance. Bring that heel to your ankle, and maybe that's as far as you go with your tree today. Maybe you need a lot of roots today to stay grounded. Maybe you're ready. You don't need quite as many roots. So bring that foot up the leg, and just place that heel right below the knee, and find your center, and breathe. Maybe you're really flexible, and you want to bring that foot up to the inside of your thigh. I'm not that flexible. There's no way my foot is going to reach up there. So this is where I stay. I'm opening up those hips, getting this leg wide, finding my balance. If your hands are at heart center, you're pressing your hands together and pressing your thumbs into your chest, raising your elbows while bringing your shoulders out of your ears. Okay, this is a slouchy one. We don't want to be slouchy this morning. We're going to have a great day, great posture. And even in the tree pose, it's taking some energy. Maybe you're ready to expand your branches. Bring them up. Feeling good this morning. Inhale, and on the next exhale, feet back into chair. Up on those toes, and all the way up. Again, chair, up on those toes. Extend those arms. And one more. Chair, up on those toes. Legs are feeling strong this morning. And back up. Hands to heart. And we've got tree on the other side. Again, heel to ankle. And maybe this is where your tree stays today. If you're ready, bring that foot on up. Right below the knee. Finding your roots. When you're ready, if you're ready, expand your branches. And just breathe. And back down, back to our almighty chair. Love and chair this morning. And back up, we got 2 more. Chair, on those toes. And back up, and one more. And back up. Let's take a forward fold here. Bend those knees if you need to. You're going to lift up one foot and put your hand under your foot so that your toes are touching your wrist. Same thing on the other one. This is gorilla pose. And then extend your legs
take out the bend if you can. If you can't and you stay right here, that's fine. You're gonna feel a stretch in your hamstrings, your glutes, your low back, your shoulders. Let your head hang heavy. I like to sway back and forth a little bit, feeling a stretch in those hip flexors as well. It's a great pose for stretching out, waking up everything in your body today. And release one hand and then the other, and back up, hands to heart center. We're going to step back into Warrior One, and moving right from Warrior One to Warrior Three. Okay, from here, and here's some balancing, and if you fall over, it's okay, don't be afraid to make a mistake. If you make a mistake and you fall over, you don't have far to fall. And from here, standing split, hands to the ground, and you're bringing that back leg up as high as you can. And maybe you can make it a complete split, maybe you can't. Wherever it is, it should feel good. You should feel a big stretch along the hamstring, the inner thigh. And back, down, forward fold. And all the way back up, hands to heart center. We got a couple more chairs. And up on those toes. We're really working those legs this morning. And up. Again. Feel that heat. And up, and one more. And on up. As we come up, stepping back, the opposite foot this time into a Warrior One. From here, right to a Warrior Three. And from there, standing splits. You may find that one side of your body opens up a little wider than the other. That's normal, natural. And feet together, forward fold. Coming all the way up. And you guessed it, chair again. Here we go. Lots of chairs. Really strong today. And again. And one more. Now on this one, we're going to squat down as low as you can go. Some of you can squat almost to the ground. That's not the case for me. I'm going to come down and hands to heart center. As I'm in heart center, I'm pushing those knees apart, feeling a stretch back here in my glutes. Nice big stretch. And from here, we're going to make our way down to the mat. So you may be able to roll. I'm going to use my hands to support myself as I come down onto the mat. From here, I'm going to put my hands underneath my knees to protect my knees. Instead of putting my hands on my knees, which puts undue pressure on them, put your hands behind your knees, and you're going to roll back until you come into a boat position. Okay, boat, we're on our tailbone, using that core, really strong core, keeping the feet up, the hands up. All right, make that boat float. We don't want it to sink. Floating the boat. Now on an exhale, we're going to bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And just at your pace on your inhale and exhale. Got 5 more. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold that boat. Strong, strong boat. And one more. And grabbing your hands behind your knees and come up to seated position. Our hands are going to come up now. We're going to work the core a little bit more, generating some more heat from the inner body. So on the exhale, we're going to roll down. Inhale, rise up. Keeping those arms extended up with your ears between your biceps. Up. We got 10 here. 8, 7, 2, and last one. 1. Roll down, spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to start pulling it down, starting with a low bridge. So hands at your sides, bring your heels in as close as you can to your hips, and you're going to push with your feet, use your arms to push your hips up to the sky into a low bridge. And hold that, squeezing the inner thighs together, squeezing the butt cheeks, feeling that stretch in your low spine, and slowly let it back down. Full breath here. And back up. See if you can push those hips a little bit higher this time. And release. Full breath, and 1 more. Bring those heels in a little tighter if you can, if you're feeling a little more flexible now. And up. Make this your best bridge of the day. And slowly come back down. Bringing those knees into the chest. Extending your arms out. We're going to windshield wiper our legs back and forth if it feels good. Continuing to keep that spine warm, nice and easy. And come back to center, dropping one leg. The top leg is going to go over the top, hanging onto the ground, facing the arm away from the knee that's extending over. If you want to, you can use your hand to push your knee a little bit toward the ground so you feel a really deeper stretch in the spine. If this is too intense, you can bend both knees. It's up to you what you feel. Your knee may or may not reach the ground. The important thing is to keep the shoulder and the arm grounded. Doing that stretch. And back up to center. Again, hug those knees in. Extend your opposite leg. And just spinal twist to the other side. Remember to breathe. Bring that shoulder down. Whatever feels good. Move that leg around a little bit. In different places, you can find that one magical spot that feels great. Knees into chest, hug them in. And if you did the yoga with me this morning, it is time for Shavasana. It is a few moments to take for yourself. Now, if you're going to lay in Shavasana and think about all the things that you've got to do in the next 2 hours, it's probably not worth going into Shavasana. Shavasana is a time when you spend just for you, to let all of those things go. Take a moment for yourself. And if you're spending those few moments laying in Shavasana, trying to be peaceful, but you're thinking about work and clocking in and the phone calls you've got to make and the papers that have to be turned in and all of that, and you're thinking about my workout this afternoon and the traffic that's going on, you're not going to fully relax, and it's not worth it. So take some time for yourself, just maybe even 1 moment, because that 1 minute of time when you can really, truly relax is going to help rejuvenate you and help give you the energy for the day. It's amazing. So just a couple of minutes of true Shavasana can take the place of a nap. I never used to think it was possible because I have a hard time just being still. But when you really can teach yourself to be at that position, it's really great. So Shavasana, in case you don't know, is the resting pose. You just, wherever your feet may go, mine go out. I like to lay down, move the junk around a little bit, and arms at the side, just let yourself go. And you just rest. Open your eyes, close your eyes, whatever feels good to you, and let the moment be. So, if you'd like to continue and do finish your Shavasana, you are welcome to. I like to take about 2 minutes or so and find my peace for the day. So, there you go. A little yoga flow for you this morning. So hopefully you have a few moments to yourself that you can try some of this, if not all of it. And remember, that making mistakes is part of life. Don't be fearful of making a mistake and keeping yourself from doing great, wonderful things. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.